one.
Hey, hello everyone. Hope you're having a good Saturday evening for the third time. Let me introduce you to two other very good runners, Anatoliu and Rako Dactylus. So please, guys, say hi to chat.
Hi to chat.
Hey, that was Rako. I'm Anatoliu, and yeah, excited to hang out with Northrex tonight while he is going to be running Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen for the Super Nintendo.
Yep. So timer will start when I click new game. I'll be counting down in 3, 2, 1, go. Right. My name is Warren. And we are playing as, of course, Key. There we go.
Exclamation points important. Very nice.
Very.
So the game starts with a sort of personality quiz of sorts, which Rex is going to be answering the questions in a particular way because the pattern of answers determines what kind of character class the hero has. So each time you play, each time you start, the questions you get are drawn from the same pool, but it's going to be a subset of them. But it's not exactly the same every single time.
Exactly.
And if you're not too familiar with Ogre Battle, you might hear us call the main character the hero. You might hear us call them the opinion leader. That's just Ogre Battle things.
And the questions that are being asked are corresponding to these various tarot cards from a tarot deck. This is actually a mechanic in the game as well, where during combat and on things, you can use these as status affecting items or damage dealing items in combat or on the world or things like that.
All right. We've got our set, and let's be fair, we had a pretty terrible draw. So. All right, let's do it. I'm saying that because a lot of the cards that we drew are actually useless. So I'll be replacing them pretty soon, but
So Ogre Battle is a kind of strategy or tactical kind of game where you are moving your characters around on the overworld, and then they will engage in combat kind of autonomously or semi-autonomously, rather than each collection of characters being commanded individually. What'll happen in combat is you'll see Rex moving back and forth between overall orders for the troop in combat to engage in.
And I do see a chatter named the Grot who mentioned that I need to be wary about the Sun card. So at the end of the run, I will explain why it can be especially deadly for me. Oh, that's a good card. So each time you liberate a city, you will get the opportunity to draw a card. The same is true for a Russian temple as well, but for a Russian temple, you may also find an item from time to time. And this card that you will draw will have an effect immediately through the battlefield. It can be modification of abilities, it can be modification of the battlefield itself, or it can be something that is applied through the game. So yeah.
And we do have a poll open right now in chat. You can see there, do we save Norn? So Norn is just a character that we could save and have them potentially join the party, or we can kill them. Saving them loses a few seconds for the speed run, and killing them is faster and more in line with Devil %. But it'll be up to chat to decide what we do.
Yep. Oh, found an item, ninja garb, it's useless. All right. So in the first maps, you need to be wary because the first two maps are actually set as if you were tutorialing the game in a way. So most of the time the NPCs will talk about you, telling you stuff, and then their dialogue with, should I repeat myself? No, please, no. I know the game. So I just changed my, oh come on guys, hit. This is not starting well. So, two things. I set my strategy to weak. The main reason is that there are 4 strategies and I need to push my characters. Chariot. And if I set myself on weak, the damage is actually greater toward the character that we actually fight. So. While on the best, the character will decide of their target to do maximum damage they can do. On strong, the characters will target the character which has the highest hit points value at that time. And on leader, of course, what they will do is they will either strike the leader or make their way to the leader. Another thing you need to take into account, the bonus money. It's calculated on both the time you spend in place and the number of cities you have liberated. So if you liberate a few cities, and you spend very little time, as we do, we get little money. There we go.
So each stage is sort of set up. The victory condition is basically defeating the boss, and loss conditions would be either the opinion leader dies or your starting base gets captured by enemies. But Rex knows this game well enough that that part is probably never going to happen.
It will happen once.
Oh yeah, that's right. And right now, in between sort of campaigns, he gets an opportunity to edit his entire army. And what he's doing right now is sort of setting up the leaders, the opinion leaders team. Importantly, to have a griffin in it, because that affects the character's movement across the map. It's a griffin, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, Griffin Bro is what we call it.
That's right. So as a large monster, it basically takes up 2 character slots in the unit, but it also has the ability for the unit to fly across the map, meaning it won't be encumbered or slowed down by rough terrain or water or mountains or anything like that. So it'll allow Rex to just zoom all around the map super quick.
Yep. On the best ending, we actually swap the griffin for a wyvern.
But the poll is 50-50 right now. This is great.
Ooh, we still have plenty of time.
Wait, are you saying a chat at RPG Limit Break would make a poll a tie?
Well, we'll see what Northrex does if it's a tie.
If it's a tie, ooh.
I guess we just we can't finish the run if it's a tie.
I might have a few ideas about that.
Save Norn and then dismiss her.
That could be something.
But yeah, I do hear people in chat talking about the misses. There are a couple kind of big things where RNG affects the run. One of them is the cards you get, for sure. That's going to be a big part of the speed run here that we'll talk about. And another one is just how hard it can be to land your attacks in these battles and how critical it is sometimes for you to land them. So it's some of the fun of the game, and the speedrun is like, oh man, I really need this one to hit. But yeah, that's a lot of the RNG that we're gonna run into for sure.
That's a lot of RNG, but onto the trained eye, you will notice, especially for the spells, that they land just a little bit off from their regular target, and that indicates that the spell has missed. So sometimes it's a little bit annoying. But we're 3-on-3 on Wizard Strike. We're fine. Oh, it's still a tie. Come on, people. I need a decision. If I made a decision, I will be so conflicted.
So Rex, you did some shopping in this map, is that correct?
Yep. Those are safety shopping.
But isn't there also a reason to reduce your money down to a certain amount? Isn't it important later?
Yeah, it's important right now because I forgot my wallet into a city. So we'll go check it out. Do you wish to put a card? Yes, Emperor. That's a very good card. Allowing me, I'll do, yeah, there's a drawback. So, each time you visit this place with less than 30,000 God, you get a 30,000 God bonus. So, ka-ching. An Emperor is a very good card because it gives another attack to your unit, but you don't want to use it because that means the battle will drag on a little bit longer than it's supposed to be. Alright, so deploy the opinion leader at that point. By the way, the name of the opinion leader is Distant Parallel. Why we know that? It's because in Ogre Battle 64 he can actually join Magnus' party, and that's the name he is given. But in this game, it's named QFG for now. Oh,
today years old when I learned that.
Yeah.
I did not know that Destin was the opinion leader from this game.
So Rako, I have bad news for you. You will not love Diaspora. So we are currently purchasing as many Joker items as possible. The main reason is that each time I use the item, I will have the opportunity to refill the tarot cards that I've used between one of the 22 tarot cards that exist for free. The effect is not applied on my unit, but at least the tarot card will exist in my deck and I'll be able to use it in a battle. So that's a little bit annoying because that means time loss. But it's also an efficient way to recruit various monsters. Right, Gilbert. He's one of the special characters that you need to recruit if you want to have the best ending. Sadly, we are not going that way, so we might roast him instead.
And that's actually probably worth talking about too, is that Ogre Battle is a game that has a lot of different endings. So the category that Rex is running here is called Devil Percent because he's going to be aiming to get the devil ending. But there are... is it true that there's an ending for like every tarot card, or like named after every tarot card? Like there's an Emperor ending, an Empress ending, that kind of stuff? Or is it just a subset?
Nope, you're perfectly right. There's an ending for every card. Most of them are similar, but there will be variation. For example, if you want to have, say, the Emperor ending, you need to have almost everything but miss, for example, the Zodiac Stones, or miss the Mystic Treasures, or because having the best ending by itself has so much condition that the speed run is about 2.5 hours, in which there's approximately 34 minutes where we're simply warping ourselves through the map to gather stuff. It's a little bit tedious.
Is the best ending the world ending? Is that the one?
I think so, yes.
Where you have to get all the Zodiac stones, and you have to have like perfect reputation, like all that stuff.
Perfect reputation. You need to have all of the Zodiac Stone, the 3 Mystic Treasures, which are the Brunhild, the Mystic Armband, and the Grail. You need to have all of the special characters recruited, and you need to have completed all of the maps.
Yeah, it's a big one.
and it grew even bigger with the newly translated Sega Saturn version. Because that version had it, if I'm not mistaken, 4 maps or something like. So yeah.
Yeah, the Sega Saturn version is pretty cool. It was not released in the West, but yeah, it was cool. We actually got to see it in RPG Limit Break class earlier this year, back in May.
Wow.
It's pretty special. That was a cool run.
I'm envious. Alright, so we got a chat with Sirius. Sirius is a werewolf, and because he's a werewolf, that means he's stronger by the night. And that is a problem. We don't want to fight him at night because that will drag the battle and it will make things much more complicated. So he will try his best to push us away, and we will try our best to actually meet him during the day. Alright.
So what you're seeing Rex do is moving very carefully so as to avoid a lot of unnecessary encounters that are just going to eat up time. So that is going to be a common thing you're going to see is some moving around the path of enemies that are headed towards the leader's base.
So tower is a earthquake that is based. Oh yeah. Let me speak a little bit about the mechanics of the tarot card. The tarot card are actually as if the opinion leader himself is acting on the battlefield. That means, first of all, that each effect is based on the opinion leader's current stat, and also that if for any reason I end up killing a unit with a tarot card effect, it will be the opinion leader that actually reaps the reward, regardless of if he is in the unit or not. So if, for example, I'm fighting with Lance using Hermit and killing the enemy unit, is the opinion leader that gets all the rewards. So you need to be careful about those.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice thing because you do end up getting a lot of levels, but getting a bunch of levels is not objectively good.
Good fight.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, one thing we haven't talked about yet is the reputation meter and the sort of alignment system of the game. So if you are just steamrolling everything because you've grinded out so many levels, that actually can hurt your character's alignment or reputation, which can affect the story in the game and what ending you get and so on. So it's something you have to manage along with everything else. There are a lot of very interesting interlocking mechanics in the game.
That happened each time you actually kill a unit. I went into the wrong area, so that will be a few seconds delay. So each time you kill a unit, the game will do quite a complex calculation. It takes into account the type of enemy you're actually fighting, the level gap between your characters versus the characters that was killed, and both the alignment and charisma difference. The bigger the gap, the bigger the reward, and so on. So if, for example, you are a holy character killing undead, you will get a good reward, but you need to be also into the appropriate levels, because if you are a holy priest killing level 0 ghost, you will get ultra evil stats, because the game basically assume that you are doing an evil act because of it. Right. First time we hear this soundtrack, one of the best of the game. This place is very particular. As you can see, Castle Zenobia is currently off limits. No way we can access this without having flying units, and the general knows it very well, because he will send us 20 flying units, and there's a little sub-quest that you can do in the area where you can get termites which destroy walls like those. And once those walls are destroyed, Debonair will then switch over. Ogre Blade, not bad. Debonair will then switch over to land units, and those land units are pretty strong as well. So sadly, we will not be there when that happens.
We found the ogre in Ogre Battle.
Yep, Ogre Blade. It's a black elemental blade that gives a lot of strength, so it's pretty good. Surprisingly, there's a lot of enemies that are actually judgment, sweet, that are actually weak to darkness. So pretty good. Oh yeah.
The
And
items you find are random too, right? They're not set.
Exactly. Yeah. All of the items that are found on the world map are totally random. There's a few items that are off limit. For example, I will never find a Brunhild as a random treasures. But there's, I would say, a sub quest item that I can get, which is the Notos sword, that I can also find in the wild. So it's not. Oh, I forgot to do tarot card drawing, so I will have to improvise, which is what every speedrunner loves to do. Okay, good damage. I'm supposed to draw a little bit of card to give myself a little bit of offensive values, because Debonair is one of the first enemies, good hit by the wizards, to actually pose problem. We don't want to round. If we have to retreat and come back, there's a very big probability that one of the flying units will capture my rebel base, which then pretty much means we lose the area. Hey, good job.
Nice. Not too bad at all.
There you go.
So having this little dialogues means that Debonair will retreat and visit the island, where he will be actually imprisoned for treason. And that means eventually he could be recruited. But that is on the conditional tense. And I need to put the emphasis, because sadly, we will not meet him again.
We don't have time for that.
Yeah, much too abusey. But I'm fairly certain that I forgot my wallet somewhere, so I need to go check it out. Of course, those safeties we don't do normally. The run. Hey, would you look at that? Yep. Nice.
Oh, thanks for the money.
You know how cool it would be to just like go to a place that's just like, oh, you don't have 30,000 money? Here's 30,000 money.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm. Me too. That would be fantastic. Alright. Island of Valen. As you can hear, there's a distant, I would say, Arthurian link into this game and the Arthurian lore itself. So it's not totally unexpected, you know. This is one of the bottleneck area. That and Zenobia, you are forced to go through there. Here you have the opportunity to recruit Aisha, which will be very helpful to our run. Oh, okay. I pressed
So
no.
that happened.
That happened.
So, yep, we definitely want her to join.
Yes. She's not instrumental, but she has much better intelligence than Warren at this point. Than generic wizard, sorry, the green one. So she will be very helpful. Very
Good.
helpful.
This is why we always save.
Yep. who would save in a marathon setup? That's ridiculous. Okay.
This is definitely like recruit. Like saying no to recruits is such a RPG thing. Northrex, you did one run of Dragon Warrior Monsters 2. There's a few of us who've done that, and it's very easy to say no to very important recruit monsters in that speedrun.
Yeah.
It's a
Basically,
bad feeling.
what happened is I'm holding B to pass dialogue. Simply
Yep,
put.
exactly.
So that is a proof also that the game is not seeded. Because the card that I just got, Devil, was not the same that I got earlier. So the random is pretty efficient in this game. Let me just continue with this. There we go. So we send Eolia's unit elsewhere, and we need to move eastward. Meanwhile, I will use my Jedi power. Chat, you haven't seen anything earlier.
So to explain a little bit about what Rex did, when you have two units that are roughly on the same spot, they can exchange units, and he exchanged Aisha from her initial unit to the opinion leader's unit. But in order to do that, first he had to put a different character in Aisha's unit as the leader of that unit. Only certain character classes can be a leader of a unit. So like the generic fighters and archers can't be, but I think pretty much anything else can be, like Valkyries and clerics and wizards and so on.
Yep, and one thing you saw there is what it looks like when you run away. So you run away from a fight and you get a little bit of distance from the unit you were in combat with. Often it's enough that you can kind of avoid them, especially depending on the path that they're taking, but sometimes they can catch up to you again too, so that's a difficulty in the run sometimes.
Now that would be a hard fight because once again I forgot to use jokers.
It's almost like you're avoiding the RNG, Northrex.
Oh, I don't have something to heal. Now, okay.
This is going to be interesting.
Yep, this is fine. Good hit, Aisha. There we go. We will just push things a little bit. Good job.
No problem.
Never
No
worry.
jokers, no problem.
In fact, I just realized that somehow with all the mishaps and talking with chat, I'm 2 minutes ahead. That's good. Right. Apology. Alright, so this time around we will not go back and visit our friend the merchant. Instead, we will proceed with the game. So, the Castellation Sea here is pretty much the first area where terrain plays a very big part. As you can see, there's a lot of water here. So if you have any units that are actually sea type, for example, if you have octopuses, a siren, mermaid, or kraken, they will get a very big bonus, and I need to put the emphasis on that. A big bonus when they are fighting into the terrain. So fighting an octopus into the water is a very bad idea. But the opposite is also true. If the unit is not into their favorite terrain, they will get what is the opposite of a bonus?
Penalty.
Yeah, thank you. They will get a penalty and they will be much less efficient. So you need to be careful about using those kind of specialized unit, because they might serve maybe 2 or 3 times, and the second time they will be so much behind in terms of levels that they will be useless. Right.
Real quick, Rex, do you want to use jokers here before you go to the boss?
That sounds like a good idea. Alright, so let's... 48, that's already a better number. So, against Porcius, we need to have attack spells. Hermit is already very good, and if I can get myself a few word card, which I'm not sure I've seen, that would be great. Oh, so let's to answer your question, yes, flying is neutral on all type of terrain, including the void. Lovers is useless.
So you can see what jokers do here essentially is you pull it and it turns into a random card. And Northrex is looking for not like one specific card, but there are going to be a few that are a lot more helpful for the speed run than some of the other ones. And then there are going to be some that we'll just kind of get rid of because they're not going to be useful at all, and they're going to take up space in our inventory.
Okay. Moon is useless. Oh, I have a sun card that I can replace. I would gladly welcome an attack card though. Come on. Game. Each time.
Jokers are being jokers.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
All right, Hermit's good.
Yeah. Okay.
In certain parts of the run, he's also going to be looking for certain kinds of damage cards because each one does a different kind of elemental. Judgment does, I think, Holy Elemental. Magician does Fire Elemental, and that will be at least a little bit more useful in some places later down the line.
Yeah, and somehow in the game calculation, Hermit is actually the weakest of the spells that you can use, so it's efficient. But Magician and Justice are actually much more efficient than Hermit, depending on the enemy you are fighting, and I forgot to set myself on leader. Wow. So I'll have to use the Emperor. Emperor means that all of my characters actually, from now on, benefits from another attack. Porcius use Ice Storm, which is an AoE spell that do quite a good amount of damage, but alas, the drawback of a Siren is that she only has one attack, so I'm not worried about damage anymore from her. And now I just need to pray that my spellcaster actually hit. We still have 4 more bolts come. 3. Good hit. Let's push a little bit. So she's in death range. We just need Warren and Aisha to do their job. That's good. That's good. Hey, good job.
There we go.
Right.
So as you can see, in most of these battles, we're basically focused on the boss. Because once you defeat them, the battle's over, which is reflected. It would be the same for us. If we lose our opinion leader in a battle, then we would also lose the battle.
Not only that, but it's a classified game over, while if we actually lose the rebel base, we only lose the area. So we have to re-invade the area, and each of the cities and temples that you have liberated will still be liberated but undefended. So you basically have to rush to defend them, while the Empire will do the same thing. And if you lose a city that you have liberated, that's actually a pretty big drop on win. So you need to be careful about that, but it's still much less of a penalty to actually reset than to lose an area or to die to an unfortunate battle.
Yeah, and in a run like this, we expect to have to reset and do a couple areas a couple times. It's pretty normal for this run.
Right?
Find out.
Slicing blade, which is pretty much what a blade should do. But that's the name they gave. So we'll be creeping toward the north. And now we need to, we are especially happy that we have at least one world. Because the boss here is Albelio. Albelio is a duel master. So he has access to two AoE spells, acid, and he has a pretty high intelligence rating. So nice. That means each time that he will do acid, it will do approximately between 60 to 80 damage to each character. Can do it twice. You do the math. He can wipe out your unit pretty fast. In a regular run, this is pretty much one of the first run killer that you can have, because if you don't have a word card to protect yourself, what is he doing? Going to the west. Okay. That Dragonair was very sus. Not supposed to go there, but that's fine. What was I saying? No matter. Oh yeah, okay. If you don't have a word card to survive Albelio's onslaught, you need to have at least something to heal in between, or you need to do one round, retreat, heal, one round, retreat, heal, in which case it's become quite dangerous to either lose your opinion leader. Oh, nice. Spells that hits are quite good against Albelio.
Yeah, and the world card is Northrex is pretty happy to see those in the draws because, as you can see in this battle, they provide protection from magic attacks, and that's very helpful for some of these fights.
Right. So we still have one bolt and one nightmare that could hit, but pretty certain one of them will miss, like that. So let's dump Magician. Warren, will you finish the job? I don't think so. Ah, okay. I need something efficient. That's efficient. Okay. Ah, good job, Aisha.
There we go.
Nearly there. Oh, you know
A
what?
little bit left.
Let's shake things up a little bit. Ah, pun intended.
Yeah, tower is a kind of like an earthquake card. So flying units would be invulnerable to it, but for a fight like that, just to finish a ground-based unit off, no problem.
The other thing you need to count when using either a tower or chariot is that they count as physical, which means that they are scaled on the opinion leader's strength. And since I have an evil opinion leader, his strength is definitely not the good stats that scale. It's intelligence. The other thing that we need to take into account is also the fact that by the approximately mid-game, which is pretty much now, a lot of the enemies that we'll be fighting are pretty strong in terms of strength. So using either of those cards will actually have very little to effect unless they are dedicated spellcaster. Now, that will be another story. Right. So we have a rendezvous with Prince Tristan. Law-wise, Prince Tristan is actually the missing prince of Zenobia, one of the kingdoms that were invaded by the Zetagenia Empire, and he's hidden into this city. We
Oh
need
yeah, this game has a story. I forgot.
yeah, a pretty big story to go. Mhm. So, bringing the opinion leader here is one of the conditions you need to meet, because otherwise he will ask you to bring your opinion leader here so that he can have a direct chat with him. The other thing you need to have is either the Key of Destiny, which is an item that you can get into Zenobia once you visit it. You confirm to the nurse that you did not wanted to rule, and you have a very high reputation, or in this case, you have a high reputation and the Brunhild in your army somewhere. So one of my heroes could have equipped the Brunhild, and it will be okay.
Yeah, so for the ending, we're going to want to reduce reputation in order to get the devil percent ending, but part of being able to recruit Tristan here, we actually need to have a positive reputation. So this has been something that Northrex has been kind of managing, and we'll have to continue to change as we go further into the run.
The reason why we bother with Tristan is that if he doesn't miss, he's pretty strong.
Yeah, there's no nicknames for Tristan that have to do with him missing, but if he misses a lot, we maybe can come up with one.
What? Oh. Okay.
I guess you weren't close enough. Weird.
Yep. Right, so now we don't need to worry about using tarot card. Baron Empress is both, he's a black mage, so we'll be using a few spells like those, but we don't really care. We poke him, we heal, and we come back. So a little bit of math: if you have more than 2 units to heal, it's actually faster to use a whole heal rather than use a singular heal. So that was your part of math for today. I know it's pretty hard. Alright. Oh, what a nightmare. Alright.
Time for Ayanuki.
Good job.
So yeah, Ayanuki, very powerful when it hits. And this is when we really start relying on, like, sure hope it hits. Let's hope it hits next time.
For the next few maps, at least, Tristan has very good odds of hitting his target, so that's not supposed to be a worry. Supposed.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure you're right.
I'm sure nothing will ever happen for the first time in a marathon run.
Yeah. So as you can see, I'm not doing the maps into a regular order, so we are backtracking, and what this implies is that the enemy levels will not scale to the level that we are. So Tristan currently is a powerhouse into this map. That will be an advantage, but you need to be careful about that, because that means if you're playing casually, there's a chance you visit an area that you are supposed to have cleared earlier. So that means, for example, you enter in this place with units approximately level 15 and they are level 10. So that could be problematic. Alright, so we are here to actually pave the way to get to Entangel, which is a special area that we'll visit very late in the game. We need to go here also because we need to liberate that particular city, and we'll be paying a visit to the local boss, which is named Norn, and I do remember that I asked chat to vote for something, so I don't know if anybody would please tell me the result, even though I saw the result, but I like that it's not my decision.
You don't want to be responsible for
Exactly.
Norn blood on your hands, Northrex.
No, I'm washing my hands on this.
Poor Norn.
Mm. Oh. There we go. So, just a little bit of information. We are visiting during the day. It does not change anything about her current dialogue and options. But the fact is, holy characters will get better advantage during the day, while evil characters will get advantage during the night. In this case, that means Norn will perform better during the day, but it does not change really the outcome. I will not wait for Aisha to maybe outspeed Norn. We'll be doing a second round straight away. Wow, someone dropped 20k points to vote against her survival. You monster! I like you.
Thematically appropriate.
So here Norn realized that her way is not good. Oh, I'm sorry. I kept her alive.
Northrex.
Yeah, I know. But I will not have her in my army, at least. That is called button mashing. So to the person that, alas, voted to make sure Norn will not survive the day, she disappeared. Is that
What's the will of chat?
I really hope that's a good compromise. Okay?
Well, I
Right.
think you still, I'm sure you still ruined her life.
Probably.
Yeah.
She's required for the best ending though, because you need her to recruit the banner and because she plays an important part into Ogre Battle 64 as well. Right.
I think what happened is you actually did kill her, but she became Norn again.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Apology. Alright, so this is another area where the terrain plays a very important part. Those plains are actually covered in snow, even if they look like cool vanilla ice cream. And if you have ice specialized unit, like for example ice giant, ice dragons, and so on, they will get a very good bonus here, but they will also live a pretty big drawback if they get into the desert, for example. Right, we avoided.
Have some of those maps where it's very satisfying to see Northrex dodge in between all of the paths of the enemy units.
Yeah, very good movement there.
There are two ways to attack this. I like to go into the center, but you can also go all the way from the northern cape and head south, which is, I would say, a little bit easier, but takes maybe a little bit of time, maybe a few seconds longer. All right, Tristan is definitely up to the task tonight.
Yeah, it's been good so far.
So far,
I
Not
think
to-
Ayanuki is a very reliable attack.
oh boy. Okay, let me just. So, the way the attacks are actually pits against each other, if you do a physical, of course there's a bit of calculation, but the main stats that are compared are also strength versus strength and intelligence versus intelligence for spell. So if you have a very high intelligence and you're casting a spell, it reduces a lot the odds that you get actually hit by the spells. And so why eventually we will have a hard time landing spells on enemies. Alright. It's time for the head angel. So we're saying she got reborn. Oh, that's a good pun. Okay, so the way this game works is that some areas are actually locked out behind. Oh, my goodness. I will have enough time. I hope. Otherwise, we'll be losing a little bit of time. Okay. So the way this game works is that several areas are actually locked behind special areas. You need to discover those chaos gates. Oh, engraved. That's actually quite a good ring. Okay. And those chaos gates can only be discovered if we have the Brunhild in our inventory. So I did a little bit of testing earlier, and I did not have the Brunhild for obscure purpose. Yeah, that will work. And I could not find anymore the chaos gate. So it's very important because those places are also required for the best ending. Strength is useless, so we don't keep that card. I found an item. Pirate helmet. Helmet is useless. Right. We recruit Yushish. She's an angel, a cherubim to be perfectly exact. She has very high intelligence rating, hence why we love to have her. If only my opinion leader will play when I say stay put. There we go. So, change leader. We do exactly the same thing that we did with Tristan. This time by Aisha. And now we can send our opinion leader there. And since the enemy is an evil sorcerer, there we go. Daylight, so that the fight will be a little bit easier. Time to bash Omicron. And I'm not talking about a virus. Let's give Yushish her time to do banish. We'll see if it lands. I think it is. Good job.
Easy fight.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Tristan hitting is actually quite easy, since Omicron does not have a lot of strength. But Yushish landing banish is not granted, even if at that point I think she has nearly 170. So, Omicron has a pretty high intelligence rating.
Do you use the that engraved ring you pick up? Are you just selling that for gold, or are you going to equip that for the intelligence boost?
I could use it on Yushish, but to be fair, I don't really need it. All of the treasures that we are finding right now, those are safeties. Those are also a way to show you that we can get a pretty neat item. The engraved ring will give darkness elemental attack to your character, and that is complicated. Let me get back to it just a few seconds. Oh, magician, nice. And it will also give a pretty big boost to intelligence. Alright, so a few all healed just to be safe. And dump my money on jokers. There we go.
More jokers, let's go.
Yep. So first of all, equip. Let's give the Benki Rod to our friend Griffin Bro, because we need the rune axe. Who has it? Who has the rune axe? Why? Okay.
Why not?
There we go. We need to swap around the weapon at that point. Next, I need to put Tristan in the front row. And I need to go over here. So earlier, I said that giving the engraved ring would actually give Darkness Elemental to the character that is using it. A few conditions applies. For example, if my character is casting a spell, the spell's element take effect. So giving engraved to a wizard casting fireball means it's a fire attack. But if Tristan has the engraved and use Yanuki, which is a physical that hits everywhere on the map, now that's different. His Yanuki becomes an evil attack. So that is a little quirk. Is that the good word? That we'll be using pretty soon. So now I'm doing a bit of unofficial grinding to give myself 4 levels. The Ninja Master will never believe what is happening.
Yeah, and this is a kind of fun way you can grind in this game. You don't actually have to destroy the whole enemy unit.
The reason is that each time I kill a Phantom, those guys are pretty high on level. I think they are approximately level 20 or so, while I'm level 14. So it gives all of the worthy character 100 experience points, sorry. And that means it's enough to level me. At the end of the battle, if any character reach 100 experience point, they will level up. No. There we go, that will do.
So Rex, what terrain are you on right now?
I'm into the void, and it's very particular. You need to be flying or low sky to be able to go on that type of terrain. If, for example, I retreat and I'm actually not flying, ending into the void like that, the main problem is that we are falling from very high onto the ground, and as you can guess, physics applies in this game, so that means we're pretty much dead. So that is something you need to take into account when you are fighting on the floating islands, and that's true for the opponent as well, by the way. If you push them off the brink, they die. It's an efficient way to actually deal with it.
Yeah, it can look like it's just water out there because it's all blue, but floating island, it's open air.
In fact, if you try to send any type of land unit there, they will simply stay stuck on the border without being able to proceed. That is fairly normal, nothing to worry about. By the way, I forgot to tell you, this is Gear's number 2. Pretty weird. I'm fairly certain we fought that guy earlier. But as you can see, even if he's there, his strength and abilities has not scaled as well. So hit point wise, he has higher stats, but he's much less of a danger than he was on Island of Valen. So that makes the fight much more manageable, and this is also true if you fight him regularly. The one thing you need to worry about are actually his dragon. 2 salamanders, that's pretty scary. Right. Fort Alamut.
Let's good. It's going really well so far. So we're kind of at the hour mark, Northrex. How are you? What are your objectives at this point for like the next part of the run here?
Steady and smooth. We are currently on target, so that's pretty good. We lost time. I don't know why. Right. So, go ahead.
I was gonna say, this is just one of the more interesting maps in terms of how to win or how you can win. Once Rex gets to the boss, is a really, really interesting boss mechanic for this map that I can't wait to hear him explain.
Looking for attack spells once again. If the cards will be compliant, of course. So the way this game works for this map is that the come on game. Wow, fortune. Okay, let me focus on raging against my card, and as soon as it's done, oh, nice. I will explain how it works. So moon card shift the enemies around, that's useless. Empress, I already have one. Tower is no more useful. Word, I have too many. Chariot is no more helpful because I don't need an attack. Oh, that's good.
Nice.
There we go. There's one.
Okay, so I can replace one of my mini devil card. Star is very useful, but I do have one. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. So, the boss fight here is very particular. They are two giants named Castor and Polydeus. If I recall correctly, it's both stars into the skies, our actual skies, and something related to mythology, but I'm not sure about the second part. The giants are deadly, I'm not kidding, they are extremely dangerous. They are two, and they have 3 attacks each in a battle. They can do for the 2 first attack either a physical or an AoE attack, and they can do it twice. Each of their attack do a ton of damage, so we need to be quick. And the third attack that they will do is an insta-kill attack that is guaranteed to hit and will swap them around. So yeah, this is a pretty deadly battle, but there's a little something in it. It's that the developer actually thought about it, and they wanted to make sure that both of the characters were actually leaders. That is not a possibility the way the game is made. So once they swap around, the battle actually swap the leaders around. But we will try to actually go faster than that. We kill the leader and you'll see right after. Right? Good damage, I can stay on weak. Do another magician. And now I need Tristan and Yushish to do their job. Oh, good job, Tristan.
Reliable Tristan.
Well done.
Okay, so as you can see, the battle still is going on. I just need to retreat. That's fair, that's fine. At that point, the game tries to find the enemy leader. Doesn't, so it assumes, hey, you won. Congratulations, here's your money. But
Yeah, it's a very fun. It's a unique fight.
exactly. If I let the fight go to the end, I think that the giant actually go into the back row and he becomes the leader. And then at the end, the other giant will simply be revived to full. So yeah.
Yeah, and that can be a scary fight too, because they have like a team attack, right?
Exactly.
Like a dual attack that does a ton of damage.
It insta kill, in fact.
Yeah.
It's not like they will do 500 damage. It will target
Just F.
exactly.
It's over.
And since I have my opinion leader, let me guess. Let me tell you what they will do. Now there's... Okay, that's puzzling. But what is puzzling right now is I only have 39 jokers left. Normally I have much higher than that. Oh, Juno VV says that it's Castor and Pollux, the Gemini constellation. Okay.
Yeah,
And-
this game has a lot of... I mean, there are references to like a million things in this game, but one of them is the Zodiac.
Yep.
And so you'll kind of find things related to all the Zodiacs throughout the game, including Gemini. Yeah, and that's
There's
part of it, fighting the twins there.
Yeah, there's also Canopus that you can recruit for the best ending. The Wingman, which is the exact same Canopus that you can get into Tactics Ogre Reborn, by the way. Alright. Neutral character into the water in the desert. That's weird. And it's a fire giant into the water. Okay, perfectly normal. That's supposed to make sense. It doesn't, but yeah, you never know. Right, so...
When you're giant enough, you can stand out of the water, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So, Procion, Master Ninja, highest agility rating of the game. So, hitting him with a physical will be pretty hard. So, what do? We cheat.
So the full card there will make everyone
Boom.
who's not the leader
And
leave the fight for a turn.
Tristan decided to show.
Very nice.
Yeah, because like I said, highest agility rating of the game. So landing a physical against Procion is pretty hard. The reason why I put Tristan in the front row is exactly for that scenario, he has 3 chances to actually land. If he missed the first one, I would have used R1.
You know, personally, I never doubted Tristan. I heard you guys doubting him, but I never did.
Oh, never in doubt.
100% doubt him every single time. I'm surprised he can tie his shoes.
Okay. So this is another very interesting map. Natural Fortress. So if you try to invade it through the waters, you will have a rough time. There's a lot of mountains and the enemies are pretty strong. Tenta, to answer your question, you are right. So normally it's a very fun map to play through, but alas we're just passing through, so we need to do things fast. The enemy here is another of the Deva General named General Previa, and he's pretty strong. Oh, nice. Good draw. So we got the Fafnir sword, which I will be equipping on Tristan, because at that point Previa has pretty high resistance to holy, and I'll be selling stuff because I need money, which is pretty unusual. There we go, that should be enough.
Liberation?
Do you wish to play a star card? That's quite good. Yep.
Yeah, star card increases our dodge rate.
Yep. Basically
Really
what it will
Physical.
do is double your agility for this fight or something like, which as you just said, make almost certain you will dodge the attack, but also allows you to land the hits much more efficiently. All right. So this map, other than having general preview, there's nothing very much particular. The ending of the map though will be very special, so that's why I'm speaking about this. Right. Let's get rid of the other guys.
You know, it is interesting to think that, at least for me, this was probably the first game I played that had voice acting in it, with the little lines like "fight it out" and "liberation." But I don't know about any of you, but very impressive for a Super Nintendo cartridge of this era.
Yeah, it's pretty unique, and those sound files are actually like encoded on the cart. It's not like made up of other sounds the way that most of the sounds you hear on one of these is. So they put a little bit of memory on there to be able to actually have those little sound clips for liberation, fight it out, all that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Okay. So I just need you Sheesh to land or Tristan to do his third attack and we should be good. Oh, she got him. Good job.
Yeah, we're just destroying everyone. No trouble.
So Tristan is actually meeting with the opinion leader. The reason is that the mother of Tristan was actually held by Previa. But alas, we arrived to, and game-wise, there's nothing that can be done to prevent that. But if you have Tristan in your army and a high reputation, it will give you the Mystic Armband, which is one of the Mystic treasures required for the best ending. So far, so good. Right, so do any of you know the particularity of the City of Xanadu?
No.
Maybe when I see it.
No? Okay. Let me explain briefly. Right now, we are currently invading the Empire. So that means all of the cities here are fiercely loyal to the Empire, and each time we will liberate a city, we will actually take a drop in reputation. The temple that is right beside the rebel base actually tells you of this. So it's highly advisable in this map at least to rush the enemy base, this map and the next one, to avoid losing too much reputation. It was really puzzling when I was younger until I took the time to read and understand what was happening.
Okay, yeah, so I knew that was a thing at some point in the game. I just didn't realize this was the point where that started being the case.
Yep.
So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to really start changing your strategy to start rushing toward the end, huh?
Yeah, I know. No more fighting all of the enemy units and so on. It was so tense and...
No more clearing out the whole map. Yeah, guess we'll have to go faster.
Speaking of, thank you. Each map has approximately, because there are variation, but it's like 10 formation of unit times 2. So approximately 20 units that they can send toward your enemy army. Your own army, sorry. So there are a few maps where this data is not respected. Zenobia is one, and eventually the last map will be another, but I will come back. Right.
And RPG Mel and Dragon Lord in chat made sure to point out that after you've beaten the map, you can come back to liberate all the towns that you haven't liberated without getting that reputation penalty.
True. But the other drawback is that you will not get tax income. So you need to be careful about it. So Overlord High Cash. This guy is pretty strong. 6 attack in a battle. The first one is Gale. Oh, I don't have any more. Okay, so I need to adjust my strategy. So 6 attack in a battle. The first one being Gale, as you just seen, and the 5 others will be physical, and those physical will range between 60 to 80 hit points. So as you can quickly calculate, it will make quick work of our unit, so we don't want that. Not only that, but he's surrounded by muses, and in the back row, oh, shame. Too slow. That's on me. One more time. So in the back room, uses as thunder, and they can use it twice. So it's very efficient and it's very killer. So we need to be careful about that. So what happened, as you've seen, is my rubber base got captured. So that will allow me to do a proper setup. Magician is very good, because I did not have enough attack spell. Chariot is okay. Now to answer the unasked question, I could leave a unit to my base to protect it. But at that point, the only unit that is strong enough to resist the enemies are the opinion leaders unit. So I don't want to leave a level 4 unit to my base. That would be a little bit risky. Right.
Oh, it's a little thing that we haven't explained yet, but the games stop sort of moving whenever Rex is moving around the map. So like it pauses as he's shifting around. So it actually does save a little bit of time to just wait with the camera at a certain point. The game continues on.
Yes.
It's a little thing, but you know, it does add up in a speedrun if you were just constantly trying to stay focused on your main units.
Yeah, it'd be fun to be able to follow everyone around the map, but that would definitely significantly slow down some of these maps. So sometimes we just wait where we know the action is going to arrive.
Okay. I don't have a full card, so we'll use a Hierophant to try and silence the muses. It never works on the boss. That's fine. We'll use Gale, and I'm still on weak. I need to correct. Leader, next Devil, because high cash is actually very honorable. So that means high alignment, he will take good damage from that. I stand corrected. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Good job, Tristan.
Fine, because Tristan never misses.
Ah. Vanish hits. Nice. Let's push him with Hermit. That will do a little bit of that. Now we just need to wait for somebody to finish him up.
I believe in Griffin, bro.
Well,
Unbelievable.
I was about to say something, but I let the game speak. Well, to be fair, he's under-leveled. He doesn't have a weapon equipped, so he's doing a physical against a very strong physical character. So yeah. Are there no Joker? Xcode, there's no Jokers category, to be fair. That could be something, but all right. Capital of the Empire, Lithuania. And who's at the top of the Empire? The Empress herself, sorry. So, Endara has fallen to the dark side. She is now a Sith. No, that's wrong context, sorry. And because of that, she has access to 5 attacks per battle, all of them being AoE spells with a very high intelligence rating. So she will be deadly. If you don't have a word card, you're basically hoping to kill her before she effectively destroy you, because she will. So I do have word cards, but I want to ooh, that's good. I want to replace the many attack card that I used earlier. That's a very good card. I don't need any more world. I have the word for me. Okay, no. Ah, great.
I like that the Tristan hitting luck is being counterbalanced by the actually rather poor Joker luck here.
Terrible drawing luck.
Yeah.
They're pulling a lot of cards today.
If you ever
Usually
want,
it's the other way around.
if you ever want an explanation on what each card can do, you can always type them in the chat. I will be happy to answer if I end up finishing with my cards. Wow. Okay.
At least
That's
getting
it.
plenty of judgment, I guess.
Chariot
The
at that
game is
point.
judging us.
Yes, very. We're fine. So now I need to equip the rune axe on our friend Tristan. Because strangely enough, whoa. The Empress is actually evil aligned, so holy attack will help. And I will invite you to take a particular peek into this place, because we'll see something passing. It will be very quick. Should be soon. Will we? I guess. Ah, there we go.
There it is.
Well, in case you didn't guess, yes, that's Gears again. In this map, you get 30 enemy units, 10 of them being Gates himself. And he's pretty tough. Not strong, but pretty tough. So fighting him into this map means you will have a pretty hard time. Oh, Emperor, I'll take it, just in case. Okay. We are approaching the enemy base. I'll see. Yes, we're good. We have a rendezvous with that wizard unit. Thank you. Safety purpose. Keep in mind that my opinion leader and my griffin are actually low level compared to the rest of the crew, so that helps.
A V agent asked in chat, is there a reason you would ever decline a card pull?
Yes, the card needs to be useful. For example, strength boosts your defense, but defense is merely a suggestion in this game. And it shows particularly if, for example, the enemy is pretty strong. Like you will get a reduction from 140 damage to 120. It's like the difference is not there. So why would I bother actually using strength card when I can have, for example, a magician or a judgment card, which are effective. So each of the cards have their quick. You just need to toy with them and make sure that you pick the right one.
You can only hold a limited number of cards, and so if you're all full up on everything that you want to have, then you might save a little time by saying, no, we don't need a card, thanks.
Ooh, useless landing a banish. That's a... And the Ra has very high intelligence, so it's not likely. We rely on Tristan currently. We rely on Tristan, I said. I know what I have to do. There we go. Just a little nudge.
Sending energy to Tristan.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 71. She's not in range, so I need to push her a little bit. Hermit should do. Should. That did the trick. So now either Yushish or Tristan can finish her with their next attack. Oh, I think that hits. Good job.
All right. So yeah, a few more misses from Tristan, but it never got too scary.
Right. So now we are near the end of the game, but we need to do a little something. In my splits, I usually name that Deal with the Devil. That's a very fun part.
Yeah, I mean, what else could you do? You defeated the evil Empress. What left is there in the game?
Well, lore-wise, the true evil of the game is not the Empress herself. It's one of the... There were 5 heroes of lore, blah 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 blah. And one of them was the Sage Rashidi. And oh, I'll be fine. I forgot to pick something. That's fine. And the Sage Rashidi turned to Evil Way, and that is the guy who corrupted Endera to become very dangerous. She conquered the entire continent, and right now he's hiding into Temple Shalina, and the rumors are speaking of very dangerous things coming from that place. So that is where we need to go next. But we need to do a few things before that. What we'll be doing is, remember I said that we are not doing the map into the proper order. The reason is that we want to keep low level areas like here, so that our opinion leader can do just that. Wipe the board. Each time we do so, he will take an extremely big drop in alignment and charisma. We're still not close yet. We need to be at 0. Keep in mind. Go ahead.
Oh, this is where we truly embrace the devil percent ending by absolutely taking out all these poor units that we are much stronger than now.
Exactly. So now we wait that the Wild Man unit will actually capture our rebel base. Oh, what a shame. We have to retreat. Okay, that's fine. Next, I'll be doing what I forgot to do, which is go pick a statue that is very helpful. A Sentinel Demon. It's an item that takes a slot into your inventory and can be traded at a few places to very rare other items. So we're using the 7 lead boots to go here.
All right, we have demon.
Not quite yet. Now we have the statue. We need to drop the reputation to effectively a third. And not to a third of what it is, but a third total. Wait a minute. The boot will be faster. So we need to go here. We'll be meeting with the stupendous wizard Barney. He wants our Sentinel demon statue, and we will say no 11 times. Check the reputation meter. Ouch.
This poor guy.
I mean,
It's
at a
so
certain
kind of-
point, it is his fault for continuing to ask us. Like, why is our reputation getting hurt every time he keeps falling for us saying no?
Yeah. That's on him, not on me.
Well, just forget it.
In my opinion, it's like a very, very important wizard, who's trying to do us a great service, and we are denying him. So the population is mostly like, why?
I mean, you don't get called stupendous as part of your name if you're not, right?
Especially not if you're the one calling you by that name. I mean, if it was somebody else who were calling me like that, I would like, oh, thank you, that's very kind of you. But he's calling himself a stupendous wizard. That's like, okay, if you insist. One more for the road. There we go. That will be enough. Now we put back our dear friend here. And we go visit this little place that I have unlocked earlier but never visited. This is one of the original ogres that took part into the ogre battle long ago. He's sealed here. Rashidi... Sorry. Apology. Rashidi broke the seal, but he cannot leave yet. So he's doing evil things, and we are here to do something.
He's doing evil things, but we want to do evil things.
Are we? I'm not aware of that. What are you saying?
No, I'm sure you're right. No,
Yeah,
not us.
everything is fine.
Apropos of nothing, when you said he's like one of the original ogres, I really did have to bite my tongue to make just a really bad joke, but I'll instead actually say something that's related to that joke, is that Ogre Battle and March of the Black Queen are taken from the name of Queen songs, because the creator of this game was a real big fan of the band Queen. So when you said, oh, one of the original ogres, I was going to say, oh yeah, it's probably Freddie Mercury or James May or something. But I do really like that little bit of lore, is that, you know, the name of the game is after one of the best bands of all time.
So one of the things that is really puzzling is that Tristan actually hits fine, but does little damage. That is annoying. Right. We won. Oh.
Great, good for... Oh, a bargain. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Brunhild, and he joins my party. Fair deal.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with this.
Me neither.
I'm sure the angel on your team will have no problems with this.
She doesn't have a right to say, so that's not a problem. Oh, check what Simple Sarah just said into chat. Another variant.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yes, Tactics Ogre is subtitled Let Us Cling Together.
Mm. Alright, last area. Remember when I said that the game sends you a fixed number of enemies at your army? This number does not hold here. So instead of having 2 samples of each unit, you get 255 samples of each unit for a total of maybe a little bit more than 10,100 battles. I knew the exact count a little while ago, I forgot, but that means it's not a good idea to tank that battle. Rush it.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure which Queen song was named 64, that Ogre Battle 64 was named after, but I'm sure I'll get through their discography to get to that song at some point.
The B-side.
Probably. It's a tiny army, easily doable. Yeah. Alright, so I'll be liberating that city just for safety purpose because I have strong inclination that this is not a good seed at all. I'm not doing the kind of damage I'm supposed to have. So there's probably something wrong somewhere, but I will not take any chances. So dump all of our money into 56 jokers. That's pretty good. And now, use them.
And we will get 1 magician.
It's been too long since we've used some Joker cards, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see some more.
Okay, so Sun is especially nasty for me. Fool could be useful. I can take 1. Judgment extremely good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Tower useless. Hangman is not very much useful. Yeah, good. No thank you. Temperaments remove the status applied. There we go. To your unit. So it's effective only in one very, very precise situation. Like if, for example, witch actually stuns you, or you get petrified.
I say these jokers are coming up pretty nice.
Yeah.
A lot of damage dealing cards in this one.
Yeah, that was probably the best Joker grind that we've had the whole run.
Yeah. I would say it's about time, but better late than never. Alright. So let's set ourselves during the day. Fun fact as well. You can still get tax income into this map until a certain point. You will see soon enough. Oh, that's Gears. Again? So there's 13 copy of Gears through the game. Yep, that's the exact number. Alright. Good job, Tristan. And Yushi's for the kill. That statue behind him looks really cool, by the way.
Did you see that 12 damage from Griffin Bro?
Yeah, he's doing his best.
Yeah. Real bro.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that statue behind is nice.
Mm. Cool. Oh, hey, Rashidi. About time. So Rashidi being the ultimate, that's not at all what I wanted to do, thank you. Rashidi being the ultimate evil is very strong. 6 attack in a battle, he has access to all of the AoE spells, plus many skills. Luckily we do have a word card, so we'll be able to neutralize the spells, but that does not mean it will be an easy battle.
I love that he said, so you're questing for gore, you've caused a lot of problems.
Let's blame High Spirit for that, but that's not true. If it wasn't for him, we will not be here for that. My goodness. You've seen nothing.
That was a practice swing.
Let's make sure.
Yeah, get those guys out of here for a minute.
Good job, Yushichi. Rashidi has the highest intelligence rating of the game, so landing spells against him, that's hard. Opinion leader doing his very best. Tristan.
Tristan being Tristan.
Yeah.
Come on.
This is why we take the effort to draw the tarot cards.
Alright, Yushichi, you're on. See, opinion leader is doing his best. Oh, that's a miss. Alright. There we go. We won. What a nice game.
Ah, can you hear it? The power of Black Diablo. Leader of the ogres.
Let me read. What's happening? Uh-oh. So, yeah. This means trouble for many reasons. First of all, it's officially nighttime forever. The day will never revolve again unless we finish the game. Second, that means we get no more tax income. So if you're trying to tank to get additional money to, for example, purchase Joker, yeah, you're pretty much done for. Lastly, the guy is ultra evil and strong. That means he will get very huge advantage during the night. Can you figure? I'm totally surprised by that last bit of information. Right. So I'm trying to get attack spells, thank you. Nope. Chariot is a physical against him that will do very little damage. Tower as well. Moon will never work. The Grot will know very well, but I once used a Sun card in the hope that it will do me good. And that was not the case.
You healed, right?
Nope. Thank you. I would have used an Empress. Alright. Let's do this.
Go get him.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Oh, that statue was not a statue. Okay. So we could wait for our characters to actually finish him, but to be fair, that would be a long battle. Oh, Tristan finally shows.
Oh, there we go.
So it will be time very soon. Time.
All right, GG.
GG.
Nice run, Northrex.
You did it. And there's
Fireworks.
no drawback.
Yeah,
You are the hero. Everything is
world
good.
Yeah.
Is saved. We did it, everyone.
T-Diger, no, that's another tactics ogre you are referring to. The one that got out of the SNES, on the PlayStation, and now on the PS4, Switch, and so on. Alright, I need to do a little bit of reading, so please bear with me. The New Kingdom of Zenobia. Golf. You've done well. The world is now yours. QFG, thank you. I owe it all to those who fought with me. You have attained the world, and I have been released from my prison. And so now, our pact is completed. Thanks to you and the power of the Brunhild, I have become even more powerful. And what do you expect me to do with that power? What do you mean? I intend to take this world and create an empire of absolute evil. And your body will be the first thing I take. What are you? Ugh! Stupid human. And thus, a new empire was born on the continent of Zetiginia. The people welcomed the new ruler, but had no idea of the horrors that were coming. The horrors of the ogre.
The
Plot
jailbreaking
twist.
hero.
Yeah,
I can't believe being evil didn't work out.
that's a shame. Alright, so thank you very much. Guys, if you would like to quickly showcase what you are up to lately.
I just speedrun over on my channel, so feel free to come hang out.
Yeah.
Yep, same. Mostly Dragon Quest for me. So, but just hanging out, playing RPGs.
Same thing for me. So thank you very much, Questing for Glory, for having us. And I really hope that you'll enjoy the next run coming. So I'm ready to give hair as soon as you want. Thank you and bye-bye.